Hello and welcome to my porch. My name is Roy.
Hi, my name is Brian.
It's not your turn yet. I'm a home cook, an amateur baker, and I'm here on this channel typically alone and typically doing recipes that have helped me to lose over 125 pounds, whether those recipes are mine or someone else's. Now today is obviously not a recipe and I am obviously not alone. This is our grandson, Brian, as he announced himself earlier. And he is visiting us for a few days, so I thought this would be a great time to do the tag video and maybe have a guest, because you guys are always wanting Paul in the video. Since we can't get Paul, we might as well get the kid.
Yo, what's up?
Oh boy. All right, so today is a tag video, and the questions were created by Sandy over at Life with Sandy, and she had just gotten back from vacation, so these are all vacation-related questions, would you rather items. So Brian and I are going to do the best that we can in answering these questions. Number 1, would you rather travel with friends, family, or your significant other? While he's thinking, Paul and I both agreed significant other. If there's too many people around, it gets too distracting for me, so I'd prefer just me and one other person. So, I mean, I've traveled with family and I will be traveling with them next week. We're going up to the reservation in Maine, so that'll be fun, but I'd prefer just as minimal distraction as possible when I'm on vacation, fewer things to think about. And what about you?
I'm going to say 50-50 because, you know, I like going with my family, right? But, you know, sometimes you need a little alone time, so.
That is true. All right, so number 2, would you rather travel to a new place or return to the same place annually? Now, I know Sandy goes to the same location every year, I believe. I personally, and Paul agreed, we'd rather see new places than go to the same place over and over again.
Well, to answer this question, my Nana, from another part of the family, always will have me go to these places once every year, but then she'll add another like 3 or 4 different places to go every year. So, you know, I'm traveling all the time, so.
She just keeps sending you away.
Yeah.
See, we keep you in the house watching TV, so we don't let you get out. All right, so you'd rather go to new places or the same place all the time?
Probably new places.
Yeah, see something different.
Yeah.
All right, number 3, if time wasn't an issue, would you rather travel by ship, train, plane, or car?
Plane, definitely.
Because it's faster?
Not because it's faster, because you get to see, like, all this
stuff. From up above?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Paul and I would both prefer, I would never do a ship. I can't see myself ever being on a ship. It just, being out in the middle of the ocean just creeps me out. I have been on a plane, but all that tight quarters, all that going through checking and stuff. So I'd prefer a car just because you can go where you want. You can stop if you need to. Or I wouldn't mind trying a train. That seems like it'd be fun. We did do a train one year for New Year's. It was just like a little dinner train that would travel around a certain area, but that was a lot of fun. But I think traveling by train would be fun. What would you prefer, sir?
Either plane.
Oh, you said plane.
Yeah, either plane or train, because both are pretty good. Trains usually are more luxurious.
Yeah.
And planes, you know, you get this crazy view, so.
Yeah. See, I forgot that you went first because I usually try not to let you go before me. All right, number 4, would you rather plan to take your trip by teleportation or using the usual ways of traveling like car, train, plane, ship, etc.? I know Paul and I chose teleportation. Very simple. Just right there, you're where you want to be. So that definitely beats doing all of the travel. Although there is something to be said for traveling, like seeing sights as you travel along. But being able to teleport, you can still do the other things. But if you wanted to get somewhere quick, you could just teleport.
Yeah, I think teleporting would be good because, like, I don't like long trips.
Yeah, me either.
I get car sick, crazy fast and all that. So yeah, probably teleportation.
Yeah. Although we might get sick from teleporting, because you ever see it in those movies where people get teleported and they're like, ugh. So it's possible, but it'd still be faster and worth it. All right. Would you rather get stuck in bumper to bumper traffic for 1 hour or drive an hour out of your way to get where you're going? Now, Paul and I agreed on this one too. We'd make great travel companions if we ever left the house. We'd prefer to drive an hour out of the way to get where we're going because sitting there in traffic would make me nuts, and Paul too. But traveling an hour out of the way, it's still the same hour, but you're getting to see things, you're getting to keep moving, and that's what I'd prefer.
Yeah, definitely hour out of my way because my it actually brings up a story. My grandpa on the other side of the family was
You have too many grandpas.
we were driving back from Vermont because my sister and my brother-in-law moved to Vermont, and so it was like 3 hours away. And on the way, all I could hear was my grandpa screaming, swears and cussing people off.
For driving badly?
Yeah, and in the traffic, he would just be flipping people off like
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, traffic does make people a little crazy. So I'd definitely rather drive out of the way and get where I was going. All right. You don't have to necessarily worry about this until you get a job, but would you rather have a 2-week paid vacation overseas, like in another country, or a paid 4-week vacation, but you had to stay home?
Paid 4-week vacation.
Like you still get your money from your job for those weeks, but one sends you overseas and one lets you stay home for a longer period of time.
I have a good answer for this one.
Okay, what is it? I'll let you go first this time. Hopefully I remember that you went first.
I am not actually that much of a traveler, but my entire family line loves traveling, loves doing all this stuff, so I get dragged behind, but actually I would much rather stay home and be paid.
Yep.
So
You were in line with me and Grandpa Paul. We'd both rather have 4 weeks off and just be able to stay home and not do anything. Traveling, it's just too much work. And especially for 2 weeks, you have to pack, you have to fly, you have to be there, you have to rush around. But it's just too much.
yeah.
All right, number 7. Would you rather stay in a luxurious resort that didn't change the sheets, even from when the person before you was in there, or a clean motel with a weird smell?
Clean motel.
Yeah, I would prefer that too. Paul was immediately like, I'd rather stay in the luxurious resort, which didn't surprise me. He goes, I can change the sheets myself. I don't have to have them change them. And I didn't even think about that. So I guess you could change the sheets yourself. But if the thing is you can't change the sheets, I'm definitely going to a clean motel with a weird smell.
Yeah.
You can always keep the windows open or something.
Yeah.
Number 8, would you rather travel to anywhere in the real universe, and that's the universe, even planets or whatever, or travel to a fictional place, and where and why?
I'm gonna have to do like an answer for both of these because, it's a tight concept. I would probably, in the real universe, want to travel to different planets, stuff like that, because I'm very much into space, stuff like that. And in a fictional universe,
Like, is there a movie universe that you'd like to be part of, or like a book?
I mean, Maybe Pacific Rim or something like that. You know.
Yeah, I know he would love to travel to. He loves Stargate Atlantis, so he would love to do that world because you could travel to all different planets through that Stargate. For me, I think it'd be the world of Star Trek because I just love all the technology, meeting different aliens, all that kind of stuff, and still getting to visit other planets, learn new things. So I'd rather go there if it were a fictional place. And yeah, like you, if it were in the real universe, I'd rather just travel around to the planets and check things out. So it's basically, I think, the same answer. All right, number 9. Would you rather plan your trip or let the locals tell you the best things or places to do?
I like to be creative, so I would probably plan my trip. But in the case that I didn't have an idea, I would probably let the locals.
Yeah, I think I might do a combination of both, where I might have a vague idea of what I want to do, like maybe 1 or 2 stops that I wanted to go to, and then let the other people, because like when we went to Ireland, me and Grandpa Paul, we traveled all around Ireland going to different places. One of the best things we did was when we were traveling, we just stopped at a local pub and we were sitting there having a pint, as they say, and these people would come in with instruments and just start performing and doing a little band, like not a real band, just like sitting there, customers who were sitting there, just they'd bring their instruments and they'd start playing. It was really cool. So I might not have seen anything like that if we'd planned the whole thing. So a little combination would work. And number 10, this is the last question, but there is a bonus question. Number 10, would you rather have free travel for life or free gasoline for 20 years? So free travel for life, I guess you'd have to use like planes and trains and things like that. Or you could just travel yourself and have free gasoline for 20 years.
I'll have to hear your answer before I...
Well, Paul and I both agreed on this as well. We'd rather have free travel for life because travel doesn't necessarily mean you can't get an Uber or whatever. So you could still ride in a car, but you wouldn't have to worry about driving yourself. And long drives for me give me problems with my body. So I think we would rather have free travel for life.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that would be better than, free gasoline for 20 years because that's such a downgrade.
Yeah, I mean, it's great if you just want to be able to drive yourself around. You don't really plan on going anywhere, which, I mean, I guess we don't really go anywhere, but I still think free travel, because I'm going to say Uber is considered travel. So I'm counting that and taking free travel for life. All right, the bonus question. Would you rather know the truth of all the mysteries of the world or be able to teleport anywhere in the world for the rest of your life and you can bring someone with you?
Mysteries, immediately.
You'd rather know the mysteries?
I like investigating stuff.
I do too, and that was my answer at first too. Grandpa Paul said he'd rather teleport because, and now I agree with him, and I don't know if you'll change your answer after this, because once you know the truth of all the mysteries of the world, there's nothing else to learn. So you're done. You know what I mean? It's like if you can teleport anywhere, you can travel for the rest of your life. But if you just know all the mysteries of the world, once you know it all, there's nothing else to learn. So does that change your answer, or do you stick with it?
That changes my answer, yeah. I think being able to teleport anywhere would be good. Because then you can learn mysteries.
Right. And you can bring someone with you, so it's not like you have to go alone. So, yeah, I think Paul's persuaded us that we'd rather teleport than learn all the mysteries of the world. And that is all of the questions for this tag. All of the other people who are doing this tag are linked down below in the description box. And the questions will also be down there, so go check out the description box. And I want to thank my pal Brian for hanging out with me. You finally got to see someone other than me in a tag. I know it's unusual, but there you have it. So thank you, Sandy, for coming up with the questions. And Comment down below what your responses to some of those questions are. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Also, if you wouldn't mind doing the usual, like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit that notification bell for the next time I upload any sort of video, like these monthly no tags that come up on a Tuesday, and it's usually the second Tuesday of the month. But in case you forget, a notification will alert you. Also, down in the description box, you'll find the links to my Amazon storefront, my Built Bar rewards, my Fetch rewards, and my social media, both my Instagram and 3 Facebook groups that I'm part of. So check out the description box for the questions, the other tag channels, and all sorts of other information. So thank you, Brian, for hanging out with me on the porch and answering these questions. Now everyone can say I'm not always alone. All right, so until next time, bye.
Bye.